Hey everyone. So before we jump into today's math problem, let's take a few brief moments to just relax and focus on our breathing. Gently close your eyes and take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale slowly, also through your nose. On the next inhale, notice the temperature of the air. And exhale slowly through your nose. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And as you slowly exhale through your nose, feel the tension release. Let's take one last deep inhale through your nose. And when you get to the top, hold your breath for a few seconds. And exhale through your nose as slowly as you can, savoring that breath and feeling a sense of calm and relaxation. And gently open your eyes. This geometry multiple choice problem comes from the College Board. It's from section 4 of the SAT test, which does allow calculators. And it says, the angles shown above are acute, and the sine of angle A is equal to the cosine of angle B. If A equals 4k minus 22, and B equals 6k minus 13, what's the value of k? Give this a try. It's all right if you're not sure how to approach it. You can even just take a guess. And in about a minute, we'll have a look at it together. All right, so let's have a look at this. So one of the things to realize with SAT math problems is, first of all, you only have a little more than a minute for each problem. And the second thing is many of these problems are contrived. And what that means is that they've been designed in a very specific way. And in fact, you might find that some of them are sort of tricky. So let me show you what I discovered. If we think about this trigonometry problem, the main thing that you need for the SAT is just knowing Sohcahtoa, which is a mnemonic that many of you are familiar with for remembering what sine, cosine, and tangent is. It's no mistake that they're saying the sine of angle A is equal to the cosine of angle B. And I thought to myself, what does that mean? And again, I realized that many of these problems are tricky and they're meant to be sort of clever. So I drew a triangle, a right triangle. Let's call this A, And you know that the sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So let's call the opposite x and the hypotenuse y. So the sine of angle A is equal to x over y, right? The opposite over the hypotenuse. Well, I realized that A and B are actually complementary. In this right triangle, I said, what if that angle was equal to B? What would happen? Well, we know that the cosine of angle B, right, is going to be the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So the adjacent to angle B is x and the hypotenuse is y. I want to be clear. I didn't know that angle A and angle B were complementary, but I said, what if they were? It just occurred to me because I know that these problems are not designed to be completely random. And once I did that, I saw, wow, the sine of A is going to be x over y, and the cosine of B is going to be x over y. So they're equal and they're complementary. So what do you know about complementary angles? They add up to 90 degrees. So there's angle A and there's angle B. They're complementary. So let's continue with this problem. We know that A and B are complementary angles. So that means that A plus B equals 90, right? The measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B is going to equal 90 degrees. Well, we know that A is equal to 4k minus 22. So 4k minus 22 plus B, which is 6k minus 13, is going to equal to 90. And now we have an algebra problem and we just solve it. So I have 10k minus 35 equals 90. I'm going to add 35 to both sides. So I have 10k on the left is equal to 125 on the right. And if I divide both sides by 10, I see that k is equal to 12.5. And what do you know? If k equals 12.5, then that means that C is the answer. So the algebra part was pretty straightforward once we got the equation. And the trick here was seeing that this problem was designed for you to recognize that A and B are complementary. I mean, that was the key. And drawing a picture helped us by just exploring, hey, what might the relationship between A and B be? And once we created that triangle, we saw, they are in fact complementary. So hopefully you will feel that with problems like these, if it's not immediately clear how to approach them, you can sort of explore and see what kind of trick have they sort of buried in here, and how can I discover sort of how it's been designed as a puzzle. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this strategy, and if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions or requests, please feel free to leave them as comments below. I always love hearing your thoughts, and I enjoyed working together. If you subscribe to this channel, you'll be notified of new videos as they become available, and I look forward to seeing you next time.